Hey up guys, what's going on and welcome back to York City, a little bit finally, yes, here on a Wednesday. I do apologise for no videos on Monday or Tuesday. If you follow me on Twitter, I did mention there was a bit of a family emergency over the weekend and I wasn't quite sure when I was going to get back here into my flat, into my little recording cell to get on with any more from that point. But the good news is, everything seems to be okay a little bit on that front and I am now back here to do this. So, way we left things off was, of course, towards the end of the season now. I played forward a little bit more, and now there's 6 games left. So the next 3 episodes are 2 matches per episode. See out this season then. Just want to say thank you as well to those people, of course, who watch along with the uploads, and especially to those who reached out in regards to the tweet as well. So just thank you to those people. It's nice to know there's people out there in that sense. So in terms of results after the Tottenham loss, spoilers by the way for the last episode, it was a little bit long ago, so I'm hoping you've watched it by this point at the very least. The cup loss malaise thing, it's happened to us in this situation. It happens every time. We highlighted it actually very early on in the season, this whole thing. When as soon as you lose a cup game, it tends to go a little bit haywire. Gillingham aside, I will admit, 6-1 after that one, but we've stabilised, thank God. But yes, we went to Crewe, who aren't having that bad of a season, in fairness. I think they're mid-table-ish. We went to Crewe immediately after the Tottenham loss and lost 1-0 again. So we lost to exactly the same scoreline to top 6 Tottenham and Crewe. Football Manager. Anyway, Southend followed that up. 0-0, couldn't even score against them. They are in the bottom, well, they were in the bottom 4, and drawing to us got them out of the bottom 4 again. Just worth remembering, they beat us at the start of the season, towards the start of the season, and that got them out of the bottom 4 at that point as well. So you're welcome, Southend. And thankfully, Bolton then, who have recovered a little bit, I think. I can't quite remember at this point. We scored, they equalised before half-time, and it was looking like it was going to be a 1-1 until Edgar popped one in from, presumably, a set-piece. It's been a little while since I played these, so I'm having to try and remember a little bit here. But yeah, 2-1 away from home at Bolton. That's a very good result considering what we were doing. So we've got a little bit of momentum going into this Shrewsbury game. It's Shrewsbury and Oldham at home today. And then 3 away games. Great. And then we end the season with Rotherham at home. It's not the kindest of run-ins, it has to be said. 7th, Mansfield. Exeter actually aren't as high up as I thought they were. Of course, Coventry away is probably the biggest one of this lot. Oldham at home at 8th and Shrewsbury 15th. So not the kindest, not the worst either. Coventry and Rotherham, the big ones, really in that list. So just very, very quickly showing you this. So despite the fact we only got 4 points from 9 there, we are still 4 points clear, which I believe we were before that, those 3 games. So remarkably, we've kind of been done a bit of a kindness here in the sense that despite the fact we've dropped points, everyone else has 2. And most notably, of course, Oxford at that one, because they were the ones directly behind us at that point. They slipped a 3rd, but only on goal difference. So everything's still to play for in terms of automatic. You'd probably argue the 3 in that picture there are Lincoln, Oxford, and MK Dons at this point. Portsmouth 5 points behind. 6 games to go. It is doable, in fairness. Portsmouth and Coventry can still get themselves back into that picture. That's for certain. My brain's still thinking there's like 2 games to go here. But no, they've got 6 games to do it. Any of those ones could still get in there. Couple of people at the top of the average ratings, and still having a blinder still again. And Dutra's up to 21 clean sheets in the league. It is interesting though, because obviously we have conceded 4 times this month already, which is probably more than any month ever, including January where there were more games. Yeah, we've only conceded more than once, 5 times in the season, and 2 of those were cup games. In the league, at the very least, Dutra is fantastic, and even then, the two of those occasions when we conceded more than twice, we only lost one of those games. We won one of them, 3-2, and we drew the other one 3-3. So it has been quite a remarkable season. By the way, the season preview is just crazy. We just kind of slip up and down between 3rd and 7th, just on a daily basis. It's very confusing, but we kind of stick around sort of between 3 and 7 to 1-ish, somewhere around that. So it's not a massive surprise where we are. The biggest surprises are still Barnsley's underperformance, realistically. And Lincoln realistically actually overperforming more than we are somehow. I don't really know how we're regarded better than Lincoln, who were only just relegated. Pretty certain Barnsley are actually in the relegation. Yeah, they are. So not great. Oh, Bolton actually weren't as high as we thought they were. So that away win good, but not unsurprising. But today's all about Shrewsbury and Oldham. Now, we have got the issue of Shao being away with China, which, of course, we're kind of used to at this point. Of course, this is John Terry Shrewsbury. So, well, that one wasn't listed. That one wasn't listed on the preview page, was it? Was it, folks? Only told me about Shao, didn't tell me about Hugh King being away. Oh, thank you. Lloyd South, in you go. Bokin's injury is incredibly annoying, but he should be back probably for the last 4 games, I would say. Bokin might be back for the last 4 games. I don't think he'll be back for the next one. At the very least, he might be substitutable, depending on how far away it is. Now, the good news, of course, is the fact that the 2 players who are away on international duty are not homegrown, so it does allow me a little bit more flexibility on the bench. But with Vokin still... Actually, no, I think I'm actually going to put Ruben van Gastel on the bench instead of Illich, because he can go in the same spot. He is left-footed, so he can do inside forward on that right-hand side okay, just like Illich. And I think, long-term, Van Gastel getting playing time is more beneficial to me than Illich. But I do need someone for that left-hand side for the time being. I don't know why I was saying that as if that was a question, because Gardner Hickman was available. Right then, Dutra in goal, Feistabel on the left, Borges and Edgar in the middle, Clark on the right, Jajalo, Nissel and Sabara in the middle, because Squires is still injured, I think. Oh, no, he can do 75 minutes. Squires can do 75, so I can play him on the bench. That's great. So yeah, Jajalo, Nissel and Sabara in the middle, Gardner Hickman and Lee Tao on the wings, and South up front. Just realised I've got 2 right wingers on the bench, but that's fine. 4-3-3. That's very surprising from the defender John Terry there. Apparently, Shrewsbury are also 3rd in the form table, which, despite the fact we've lost and drawn in 2 of our recent matches, we are still 6th in that form table. So it shows you how badly it's gone for everyone else, and we've gone 1-0 up within 3 minutes. Edgar, again, probably scoring a goal very similar to the one that I couldn't quite remember against Bolton. You do have to bear with me a little bit here, because it has been 5 days since I've played Football Manager on this save. Trying to remember things. Oh, we get to see it with lines. I forgot about this. It's been a while since I've had an offside check. Here we are. Edgar's onside, and, well, brilliant header, frankly, from the leading championship defender, Edgar, there. It is an absolute madness that we have him. Absolute madness. A goal for us within the first 3 minutes puts us 6 points clear, because no one else has really scored. I was slightly worried by that, because there was 2 white shirts directly next to the defenders there. Houghton, though, well, I thought about it. If that had gone through, I suspect that would have been offside. So we don't need to panic too much. South is actually on the end of this through ball, and decent save. That can't be Michael Lesson, surely. No, it isn't. Looks like Lincoln have gone ahead, because the gap is 4 points again. So, yes, they're 1-0 up against Exeter, who we have yet to play as well. Harold, I wonder if he actually is a relation. Clark, South, all the way across to Gardner Hickman, who, probably closer than it looked in 2D. Make sure Feistheimer doesn't do anything silly there, and they head over from what looked to be a corner. So far, so good. 2-0 for Lincoln. Half-time has arrived, with them having 1 shot on target. So it's a good performance from us so far. Just obviously have to keep an eye on the ones that are currently starred, which are Lincoln and Oxford, both winning. They're the ones we need to pay attention to the most. MK Dons can enter the picture, but I don't know if they're playing, though. You're capable of even better, is what I'm going to say, and that seems to have motivated most of them off the bat, and the follow-up Faith has sorted out the rest. So there we go. Wonderful team talk in the end. Media highlight. Yeah, I'm not sure if MK Dons are playing, because they haven't moved from 76 points. If they are, they're losing. Nope, that didn't quite get to Gardner Hickman, and Roland for them can get on the end. Roland, one of the 2. Number 10 on the right-hand side there can run a little bit. Feistheimer just obviously easing off those tackles, is just sort of letting him get away with it a little bit there. Leetel, Edgar, Jajalo, Nissel, I'm sticking with Jajalo, by the way. Rodrigo, Borges, as you say, Sabara, all the way. Love, what? Sorry. We seem to just be possessed by Barcelona temporarily there. Feistheimer, Nissel, that was wonderful play from us. That was even better. Feistheimer, clear through. Gardner Hickman, don't shoot from there, son. South, you do it. There we are. Goal. Words are hard sometimes. Which one, though? 2-0. And this one looks good. I'm not going to say looks over, because there's still an entire half to go. We all know what happens if we try to get a little bit cocky there. A little bit lucky the way it forced to South, but instinct. That's what we like to see from the young lad. I say that as if the entire team are pretty much young lads. But a goal for South will do his confidence the world of good, as Blackpool are down to 10 men and 2-0 down. So great for them. They're, of course, trying to fight for their lives at the bottom net. Well, I say fight for their lives. They are a solid 20 points behind. And actually, that loss will relegate them. Gardner Hickman nearly scores. Yep, they're going down as things stand. Blackpool. Doncaster basically done for. The fight's basically between Southend, Barnsley and Bolton at this point. Maybe Mansfield if they have a rubbish run in. That goes across to Sabara. Lee Tao will run onto this loose ball. I wonder if it will go back a bit. No, just put it in. Gardner Hickman's there, sort of. South smashes it at the goalkeeper. Nice. Probably should make some changes with 15 minutes to go. Squires, I want to get some game time in, really. Price Town is booked, but I don't really have a left back to replace him with. You know what? It's not been Lee Tao's best game or Gonsalves's. Neither winger has been pretty sensational so far, so I'm going to bring Gonsalves on one side and Van Gastel in on the other. It's an interesting choice, but we'll do it. Because Ebersbach has been... I've done all 3 changes, I've just realised in one go there, but Ebersbach has been indifferent, I would say. Well, Edgar scored a second set piece in this game, so there we are. That's 3-0, and we should probably pop off positive at this point. Gonsalves swings that one in, back post, Edgar's there. I seem to remember tweaking set pieces a little bit before I had to rush off. Recently, anyway, within the last week or so, I did have an overview of my set pieces and did tweak them accordingly. And Edgar has scored 3 in 2 games now, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. Morias, though, in all the space in the world over there, are they still playing 3 up front? They are. Well, Clark does wonderfully there, and they have, likely at this point, going to be restricted to just the one shot on target the entire game, which, well, if you're going to stop them scoring, that's how you do it, really. South. Oh, wonderful touch. Oh, I don't know what happened to my voice there, but South just takes the defender out of that game entirely there. Let's just scroll back up to the top so you can see us there. There we are. We're at the top there. Look at that. Gonsalves. Clark. Just this touch by South here just takes number whatever 20-something and, well, he stumbles in the 3D engine, but makes a complete mug of 21, 24, can't quite tell. He's not showing me his number there. One of the central defenders. They're all on 6.4s for a reason. Can't see anything about Howard Essien on the information, so that was a bit of a let-off. It's 4-0, guys. It's 4-0. I'm very happy with everything in that one. In fact, I kind of want to say don't get complacent, but... Okay, we've got a full week, so Vokins might be substitutable for the next one, I would imagine, maybe, at the best. But wins for Oxford and Lincoln do mean they are still 4 points behind. MK Dons didn't play. Playoffs secured, though. 9.4 for the leading championship defender, Edgar. I will refer to him as that every time. Just to remind you every single time of how ridiculous the fact is we have him. Oh, Arsenal's under-23s got to the EFL Trophy final again, so is Reece Nelson too old for this now? Please tell me he is. Looks like it, although they do have Saka, potentially. I mean, it's just rude, really, isn't it? I'm sorry. I mean, he's on loan. I know, they're all on loan, so they can't play. Saka was on loan as well, I think, but just the fact that Thiago Almada was viable for the Liverpool under-23s, along with Harvey Elliott, who has developed very nicely. Good God. Keep an eye on him, I think. Ah, yes, they also signed Davila, who I was eyeing, but obviously they wanted way too much for him. He was also a left-back, which we didn't need. Keep an eye on that Davila, by the way. I suspect he might become one of the best left-backs in the game, judging by how much they wanted for him. By the way, 21 clean sheets. Well, 22 clean sheets now. Couldn't speak English. Well, our parent club have avenged us. That's something, at least. Just dawned on me that we haven't had youth intake, and I think it tends to happen in very early April for us, for some reason. I don't know why we're so much later than everyone else, but yeah, we've not quite had it yet. It's in April for us. Well, here it is. I never usually remember to do this, but it's here. We've got a Greenwood, but it's not. I suspect that if you saw the list of positives there on the previous page, it said there was going to be one fullback who was looking decent. This must be him. And there was a Scottish striker who must be this 2-star potential. God. Well, don't expect much from this one. We might get a squad player for the midfield out of this, and that's about it. There's already 1-star ability, so I suspect he's got the most chance of getting to the full 3. And that's with improving our youth. Admittedly, I don't think our youth setup has improved entirely just yet. Yeah, that's in the works. Oh, good. 2 players are back. I will do that manually on match day, though, because I don't want the bench changing. That's the worst part of that. I wish it would only change the first 11. But it changes all the bench players as well. By the way, this is part of the reason why I wanted to try Ruben van Gastel in the last match, because he is consistently at the top of this. And the fact that Vokins is training is a good sign. 2.5 stars, potential Premier League. We've highlighted him a couple of times so far. It could be interesting. So the lineup is largely unchanged, just a few players coming back in. I say largely unchanged, there's been 4 changes. Dutra's in goal, Showers on the left, Borges, Edgar and Clark on the back line. Squires, 75 minutes good, but we'll bob him in for 75 and take him off if we have to. Nissel and Sabara in the middle, Shuref and Lee Tao on the winger positions, and King up front. Now, as good as Hickman has been over the course of a full season, his run in the last few games has been pretty damn average, and there's a reason why he wasn't starting before Shuref's injury. Shuref steps back in, and we'll see where this goes. Of course, he's our player, and Garner Hickman isn't, so keeping him happy. But I am very concerned about these performances here. We have 4 returning players: Shaw, Squires, Shuref, and King up front, and 3 minutes played. There's a highlight already. Again, in fact, although we did a little bit dilly-dallying. Last time we scored within 3 minutes. Now we're approaching 4. So what's going on here then? Lee Tao, backwards to Squires, outwards to Clark. Clark, still Clark. Inwards to King, who, well, yeah, 4 minutes. Took us a minute longer. I mean, I don't know what we're playing at. But Hugh King were goal number 11 of the season, bearing in mind, of course, once again, that the first one was scored on December the 30th. If only he'd played like that in the first half. Clark. King. In. Simple as that. Yeah, I think Hugh King's going to be pretty handy. I do think the King is quite deceptive in terms of his star rating. His star rating is not as good as his stats, I don't think, for some reason. He's one of those players that seems to break the system a little bit. And this game has had 3 shots in it in half an hour. Oh, here's number 4, potentially. Headed out. Rodrigo Borges. I keep calling him by the name on there, but he is Borges. Peters. Ah, no. This might be for them. Buckley does. Yes. No. 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 Shaw's got it. Borges. Every time I have to catch myself there. You know who I mean, though, surely. I don't know why his in-match name is different to his surname on the main bit. But anyway, Marcel. It's very annoying when they do that. Squires outwards to Lee Tao. Still Lee Tao. Sabaro. Squires. This is a very long highlight. Marcel. Outwards to Shaw. Now we're on the left-hand side. Cross to Lee Tao, and it's a goal. There we are, 2-0. Worth it in the end. Oxford have scored. I noticed they are 4 points behind still. And I'm not entirely sure if MK Dons are playing again. They did win their match in the midweek, but looks like this Dons either they're losing or they're not playing. Barnsley versus Southend is a huge match. Huge match. Look at that. Both on 41 points with a draw. Goal difference is a factor right now for them. Chownan. Inwards to King. Not quite. Oh, that was it. That was the highlight. Wow. Good defending got a highlight there. MK Dons being highlighted it. They are losing. Right, second half then. Has Southend have retaken... They scored in the first and the last minute of the half. Wow. Play to the whistle, folks. I mean, now this has gone 2-0. I have slightly started focusing on the other one. Yep, looks like Southend are getting the better of that. Getting the better of that, if I could speak English, would be great. Peters. O'Mole. Backwards to Woods. Still just released over to Patterson now. He charges forward. He's gone all the way down. Clark is there. Clark is not quite there. And Shaw is the one who got the header with his 2 jumping reach. Peters. Anderson. That's not gone clean through. Sabara now. Rodrigo. Shaw. See, that was the kind of chance that would have gone clean through before the patch, I think. Sergio. Rodrigo. I'm just using the name. Oh, Borges, what have you done there? 23 goals for Sean Buckley, though. Somehow. Contract runs out at the end of this year as well. 2-1. Not quite sure what he's doing there. And, I sort of just watched that silently a little bit, but just in disbelief more than anything. Oh, Rotherham have equalised. Lee Tao doesn't get the end of that one. Well, 2-1. We'll stay on positive, and I've just realised I've not changed anyone. Yeah, just bringing Jajalo on just because we had to by the advice. I've gone 5 minutes over for Squires as a lot of 75, but the only player not really playing too well is Sabaro, apparently, and I don't have a replacement for him on the bench, realistically. I would normally push Jajalo forward a little bit for that one, and Shuref makes it 3-1 anyway, so I think we'll be alright. Everyone else is playing alright. Both fullbacks are playing very well, actually. And now one of them's got an assist as well. So Clark whips this one in, or drills this one in. Whips, drills, sort of. Nearly scores himself, actually. And that's 3-1. Yep, need to make that change. Need to preserve Squires, who's now on the 7.2 as I take him off. That's annoying. It's because Sabara is slightly injured. But he's never actually put an injury thing on him. Good win. Yeah, Oldham aren't too far behind, so just outside the playoffs. So that's a good win, I would say. Good win, yes. Good win, there we are. And Southend end up winning 4-1. And that kind of dumps Barnsley into bottom 4 quite significantly now. Lincoln lost. Oxford ended up winning by the looks of things. Where's their game? There it is, 2-1. Yes, they did end up winning. So still 4 points the difference. But MK Dons and Lincoln have joined. Well, MK Dons are 7 points behind, and Lincoln are 7 points behind as well now. So, yeah. 4 games to go. 2 assists with Clark, in fact. So 4 games to go. Coventry away, the biggest of them. The next one, though. We are favourites for it, though. All right. Coventry still in 6th. Exeter down to 16th, actually, at this point. They're the next 2, and then we follow up with Mansfield away and Rotherham at home, who remain in 7th after losing to Oxford there. So, yeah. Coventry, the biggest one of this lot, away at 6th place Coventry. 4 games to go, still 4 points clear. In terms of the title, anyway, in terms of not being promoted, it's now 7 points, which is feeling a little bit safer now. And in fact, if we win both matches next episode, that's guaranteed. So, join us then tomorrow for those. Until then, ta-ra.